What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Jericho Report Weekly News Briefing. It is Sunday, the 9th of November, 2014. As always, first link below is going to take you to the Blogspot post. That's where you can find all this week's madness I'm about to give you. Obviously, the first story, Republicans clinch control of U.S. Senate. That'll be the first link. The second link will be to the movie that I uploaded yesterday, the 2008 New World Order documentary, Wake Up Call. Does it matter that the Republicans took over anything? In my opinion, matters not. The agenda will play on. There's a curious thing that happens about every 2 years, every 4 years when these elections come around. People seem to clinch on to some false hope. Now, I'm not telling you not to have hope. There's always hope. But what I'm saying is people tend to forget of the bigger agenda going on. Doesn't matter who these people are that are in office. Watch that 2.5-hour long documentary made in 2008. The interesting thing about it is back in 2008, some of those topics seemed a little conspiracy kooky. Now, here in 2014, they're mainstream news. You think that agenda is still not at play? It is very much at play. So, just as a reminder, I uploaded that documentary because I go looking for it every now and then, and it's gone off YouTube for various reasons. So I figure I'll upload it to my channel. Send that out to your friends and family. That'll be the second link below. The ones who can't see. Sit them down. 2.5 hours. They got 2.5 hours to sit down with you watching a documentary. Have them watch that. Have them check what the documentary's talking about. And I know people out there are going to say, well, I don't like Alex Jones. I don't like David Icke. I don't like Zeitgeist. I would suggest to these people that you need to stop focusing on the messenger and look at the message of the movie. I think John Nada did such a great job putting that film together, taking key parts from all different places, putting them together in a 2.5-hour coherent package. You could pretty much get all the bases covered. So anyway, that'll be the link, just as a reminder to the old school people and anybody new to this. Definitely check out that documentary if you haven't seen it. On with the news. Got very little news on Ebola this week. I got a couple. Canada bans travelers from Ebola hotspots. This come out on October 31. Some of these are kind of old. This entire village has disappeared as Ebola deaths in Sierra Leone go underreported. This came out November 1 from RT. That's all I got for Ebola. Other news going on. Unable to purchase a gun. Nevada man goes on violent crime spree using hammer. Ban hammers. They're killing people. The Week has this. Holder quietly releases Fast and Furious documents during election coverage. Really? I heard yesterday that Obama was up announcing whoever's going to take over the, doesn't matter to me. Other news going on. F-16 missing over Gulf of Mexico. Coast Guard searches for Florida pilot. This is coming from the Washington Times on the November 6th. Not sure what's up with that. We got a missing plane. Also had a military helicopter crash. National Guard helicopter crashes, kills 2. This is in Idaho National Guard. My thoughts to the families involved in that. Over to financial news. Looks like the Dow was up 19 points on Friday. It closed the week up 183 points, 17,573. Do I hear 18,000 on the Dow? 20,000 maybe. I don't know. CNBC has Sprint cuts 2,000 jobs. Stock falls 7%. Not good times for Sprint. This came out November 3rd. We got U.S. Mint temporarily runs out of silver eagles amid huge demand. Yes, gold and silver prices are plummeting, as well as oil. I got an article on that. Oil slides as Saudi Arabia cuts prices for the U.S. Put a link to that. I know Russia's not happy with all that. Prepare yourself. Starbucks is starting a delivery service if you like Starbucks coffee. Why do I give you that? Because I'm going to give you this. Report says DHS employees spent $30,000 worth of Starbucks on government credit cards. Over to New World Order Police State News. We got Florida cops breaks 14-year-old girl's arm during an arrest he was making because the girl wouldn't let him see a video on her cell phone. This is from We Are Change. What else is new in Nazi America? I bet he feels like a big man breaking the arm of a 14-year-old girl. Wisconsin police SWAT team executes dog deploy armored vehicle over dog poop dispute. Not sure what's up with this. That's from Breaking 911. More dead dogs. We got from the Telegraph across the pond. We got man and woman die in South Wales after police taser incident. This came out November 6th. Is that the one where the guy was eating the lady's face? I saw a story like that this week too. I'm not sure if that's the same one. Crazy story, but died by police tasering. Police charge 90-year-old man and 2 pastors with feeding the homeless. I believe this happened down in Florida, if I'm not mistaken. Let me scroll down here. Yeah, this is out of local media out of Miami. How dare you feed the homeless? Facebook deletes hundreds of pro-gun pages without notice. What's up with that? This is from Controversial Times on November 4. We got government requests for Facebook user data this year rose by 24%. Speaking of Facebook, CIA book, it's all the same. Pro-Common Core math instructor says kids are a clean slate. Parents must be retrained. Really now? This is from Breitbart. I'm not making that up. indoctrination. Go back and watch the movie Wake Up Call. It's all covered in there. Meanwhile, mother says flu shot may have paralyzed her daughter. This out of Tampa, Florida. Poor little girl, man. They got a video on that. I watched it. It will break your heart. People are not going to learn when it comes to these vaccines. And Brazil, you want a heads up on vaccines, go Google the name Desiree Jennings. I'll never forget that name. Anyway, in Brazil yesterday, got some good news. After a cop shot and killed a child, citizens broke into the police station of the city, stole all the weapons, released prisoners, destroyed and burned the place, along with bikes, 18 cars, and a bus. The sheriff took refuge at a hotel. Right on, go Brazil! And back here in D.C., we got angry protesters storm FBI building, back scared cops into a corner. I think this was the anonymous thing that was going on this past week. They come out November 6th. Right on, Viva la Resistance. Over to World War III news. Obama to send 1,500 more troops to Iraq as campaign expands, but there will be no boots on the ground. We got U.S. is destroying Syria's oil infrastructure under guise of fighting ISIS. I don't know the website, but I don't doubt that for a minute. Russia test fires intercontinental ballistic missile from nuclear submarine. This came out November 5 from International Business Times. Indeed, CNN, Fox News, they're all talking about a new Cold War with Russia. SOT.net has this. Party time is over, children. Putin's message to the Western elites is most important. Yeah, they got what is it? The new BRICS Bank. There's a lot of stuff going on in the elite world right now. Stars and Stripes has this. USS Sampson leaves San Diego for Western Pacific deployment. Be safe at sea. Meanwhile, China Daily Mail comes out with this. Why the U.S. may go to war in the South China Sea. I'm guessing that's over the disputed islands going on there, and then with Japan. I don't know. Britain spy chief says U.S. tech firms aid terrorism. Very interesting. That from the Telegraph on November 3rd. And I got one more here. We got this Navy SEAL, Rob O'Neill is a liar after he claims he was the one who fired 3 shots into bin Laden's head. His fellow SEALs are calling him out on that. You know, what I know about the Navy and Navy SEALs is, first of all, they don't talk about what they do, ever. So this story is suspect. Plus, I thought that all the SEAL members who were involved in the bin Laden raid all died in helicopter crashes. Am I wrong? Over to Earth Changes in 2012 news. Why is it called 2012 news? Because I like it that way. Looks like we had a 6.6 in Papua New Guinea. We had a 7.1 in Fiji. That was on the 7th and the 1st. The rest of these are back in October. Had a bunch of 2-pointers, 3-pointers, 4-pointers, 5-pointers, all kinds of little quakes going on. I'll put the USGS latest quakes, big quakes on the left, small quakes on the right. We got scientists see fracking as cause of earthquakes in Heartland. I believe this is talking about the earthquakes in the Oklahoma area and whatnot. Yeah, I think a lot of us were talking about that, like a year ago. Also seen a mainstream report here yesterday or the day before about earthquakes in Nevada, earthquake swarm. They're maybe expecting a big one out there, so just be advised. Maine snowstorm leaves thousands without power, dumps 2 feet of snow all over the northeastern United States. People are getting snowed on. Meanwhile, be advised, we got monster storm becomes strongest on record for Alaska. Big monster storm going to come out of Alaska and just dump cold air and snow all over the northern United States. Supposed to reach down into the plains. I'll put this article here from AccuWeather. Be advised, weather coming at you. Mail Online has this. John Kerry warns that the planet is warming hours before watching football in snow-packed New England. Yeah, global warming. I put a link to it. I don't know. Pilots, doctors, and scientists tell the truth about chemtrails and geoengineering. New article here from Collective on November 1, 2014. Geoengineering? What is that? A lot of us have been called crazy for talking about the whole chemtrail conspiracy. Look up at the sky. Tell me why it looks like a tic-tac-toe board. Largest sunspot in 24 years. Wild scientist, but also mystifies. This November 3rd from space.com. Be advised, a lot of solar activity going on. Sinkhole develops under dam in U.S. 7 nuclear reactors downstream. Water spewing out. Oh no, take a look at that from E&E News. Possible nuclear doom due to fractured dam because of sinkholes and all this. Major fireball over eastern USA, November 3rd. Lots of reports come in all over the eastern United States. American Meteor Society has an article on that. And we had one from space.com. Dazzling fireball over Japan as latest magnificent meteor. They got video on that November 5. Where are we now? Over to strange and bizarre news. Got some strange news this week. Man texting while biking hits police cruiser. Oops, that come out November 3rd from local media out of Ohio, I believe. Meanwhile, unarmed man doesn't know what to do when another man pulls a gun, so he takes an officer's firearm. How does that work out for him? The Blaze has the story November 3rd. Derp. Let me let the next link load. Cop hits judge with taser attempting to subdue defendant in court. Oops. I'm not sure where that happened. Cook County, Illinois. What would that be? Chicago area. KFI AM 640. This is local media out of somewhere. Police say man with no hands and no legs is armed and on the run. How does that work? I'll put a link to the story. Strange and bizarre news indeed. Did you catch what Michelle, that's more appropriate. Michelle Obama tells voters they can have fried chicken if they just vote Democrat. Vote Democrat and go have some fried chicken. Wow, the Daily Caller's got video on that. I'm just speechless. Meanwhile, this next one I'm kind of speechless too. First on CNN, Army says the word Negro is okay to use. What? What's happening here? You know, Michelle Obama's telling people to eat fried chicken, and the Army's telling people to call black people Negroes. Twilight Zone. Meanwhile, creationists aren't happy with Pope Francis ripped their worldview. Apparently, the Pope come out and said, well, he believes in the Big Bang Theory and evolution and all this. It leaves creationists scratching their head. I don't know. Meanwhile, a high school football coach benched from team prayers. Can you see how things are changing in America? For all of the news, please check out my favorite videos. I have favorited lots of videos over the past week. Thank you to everybody who puts out content. A lot of fresh information over there. At least pull it up, check over the titles, see if there's anything you don't know about. I got one shout out this week. I got to give you this article. Scientific study reveals conspiracy theorists are the most sane of all. This article come out November 4. Shout out to conspiracy theorists and free thinkers around the planet. This article goes on to talk about how conspiracy theorists are more likely to analyze things, more likely not to believe the official story, more likely to think critically, given whatever information they're given. Shout out to everybody out there who's a critical thinker and who's been involved in this fight to wake people up around the planet. Much love. This article's for you. Check it out. That's all I got for this week. If you like the report, give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. If you can suck this, the worst of YouTube, just please rate. It helps it move around. I do appreciate it. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google Plus for live show alerts, breaking news alerts, and new upload alerts. People tell me they sub me, but they don't get my videos. You follow me over there, you'll always get them. That's all I got for this week, guys. Like I said, go back and review that movie Wake Up Call. I cannot stress enough. Yes, that was made in 2008, but it is more relevant now than ever. You want a clear picture on what's going on in the world? Are you confused about what's going on? Watch that documentary. And trust me, I know how you're going to feel. I will tell you from my heart. Every time I watch that film, 2.5 hours at the end of it, I'm in tears. I am in tears every time. Take that anger, take that fear, turn it into something productive. Let these bastards know that they're not going to win. Tell your friends and family. Start making videos. Make your voice be heard. Do not keep that fear and that anger inside. Let it out through means of something productive. Make your voice be heard. That's the most productive message I can give to you. After watching that film, I know how you feel. Trust me. I get it. I've gotten it many, many nights watching that film. And I love all of you. I love everybody who's been involved in this fight and continues to be in this fight. From the bottom of my heart, I love you and thank you all. Thank you all. And for those of you not involved, please get involved. We need every voice out there. Until the next one, you guys take care, stay safe. I will see you on the next one.